What's up, sports fans? I'm Rene Garza Jr.,
I'm Freddie Guevara.
and welcome to another episode of Tailgate 956, a show that covers sports across the Valley and the Lone Star State. Now, before we get started on today's exciting movement episode, because there's a lot of changes, a lot of beginnings, and a lot of whoa moments.
I know, and still to come.
Hey, still to come. Let's give a shout out to our sponsors. Apogee Comics, the best in independent comic books. If you're looking for a great read, make your next comic book Apogee. Visit Apogee Comics all throughout social media and on their website at www.apogeecomics.com.
And Rick's Auto Shop for all your auto repair needs.
Located on Indiana Street in Brownsville. And also, our brand new sponsor, Charlie Towers Plumbing. Leaky faucet, broken pipes, problems with the porcelain throne.
That throne, yeah. Can't mess with that.
Oh, yep, especially. Yeah. Call Carlos Torres at 956-715-1933. Your porcelain throne will thank you.
I sure need that fixed.
But yes, no. Hello to our new sponsor.
Can't have that leaky, man.
No, indeed. But my friend, how have you been, Freddie?
Good. Long.
How was your Valentine's Day? How was your March beginning?
I know, right? Spring break. Can't wait.
Spring break ready. As you can tell, we're spring break ready.
For those buffet lines.
Right, yeah, because they're empty. Well, anyways, guess what it is? March. You know what that means. You know what that means, brother.
Already getting ready with baseball.
Indeed, with 16 days, 5 hours, 36 minutes, and 36, 35, 34 seconds, of course, yes. Opening day is upon us.
Well, we're getting a little taste, of course.
Yes. The Astros have been on fire, especially with the brand new additions too, with Christian Walker and Isaac Paredes. And Cam Smith, that prospect that they got from Chicago, has been making some moves, my man, and honestly, I'm glad for it. Right now, I think in spring training, their record right now is 8-7. I know some of you might think, it's spring training, but you know what? It's good to dream that they're playing solid, they're playing great. You know
how you practice, how you perform, man.
Yeah, exactly. And also, Forrest Whitley, from what I've been reading too, he's claiming almost a bullpen spot. Maybe it's looking that way. It's looking that way. He's been quoted, and I quote, he said, having failed so many times and having gone through so much adversity, it's made me undoubtedly a stronger person. So him being more determined with this team, I'm thinking, yes, might be a good addition besides Fairbairn, who's on the verge of more than likely testing free agency once this upcoming baseball season ends. Hasn't even started, but yeah, people are thinking he's on his way out.
I mean, we're still movements, I guess. They're still being played out, still testing waters, everybody. I mean, that's what this is for, right?
Of course, yeah. They also signed left-handed reliever Jalen Beeks to a minor league deal from the Pirates. So it's they're building the bullpen. They have some prospects. It's looking well.
I feel like they've made so many more movements recently than
before. A
Yeah,
lot more movement. I feel there's a lot more alive. I feel since the season started, I guess many Astros fans like ourselves, I know especially me, was in denial in the fact that it was in the air if Alex Bregman's going to stay, and what about Verlander? Does he still have the juice? He still have injuries that happened with this team. It pretty much happened, and the whole Alex Bregman thing, I know it plagued a lot of people. I felt that we could have done a lot better this offseason, and we did do our best, despite the way we started with the bumpy start. But I feel that maybe this opening season against the Mets is going to have a different story. It's going to have a different story.
Well, I mean, like we've seen it for the past, 2 years already consecutively?
Yeah.
At least minimum is that don't be too afraid of a bad start. Look at how they ended up at the end of the season.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
I mean, they've known to have a rough start here at the beginning, but later on get it going.
Yeah.
So you can't cut them off so quick. You can't say, oh, this is going to be a bad season already at the beginning, even though they're at a loss. It was kind of getting to a pretty scary, steepy slope going down this season at the beginning.
Yeah.
Considering how many games win and losses, but look at what they were able to accomplish.
Yeah, and the little hiccup and scare they had with Christian Walker with the oblique injury. It's good to know that he's not injured, and he's going in. He's still going in strong, although
from all the other injuries.
Yeah. That's great. But with Aaron Getty and also Forrest Whitley and pretty much Ronald Blanco and everyone pretty much ramping up to get ready for this
Blanco and
upcoming.
Aaron Geddes, though, my guys that I
Right,
wanted to
right,
see.
right. Like we feel like I know this season, we feel like, okay, who's pitching today? Aaron Getty. I'll be like,
It's really
it's gonna be like, but when you hear Framber, I'm like, ooh.
Oh,
I always say ooh because he could have off days.
yes,
I'm
we've
not saying
seen
he's not a
it.
bad pitcher, but like when you need him to show up, we need him to show up, and he doesn't. There's been too many games that I've been full wholeheartedly be like, oh, okay, let's go. You know what I mean? Yeah. No,
Oh,
no,
man.
yeah. I've been burned too many times by him that I'm just like, you know what? Okay, bye. Some others might disagree with me. Hey, you know what? That's your opinion, but for
Yeah.
me, I'm ready for him to go. Like,
At least the games that we've seen, I think we can
yeah,
negate that. You know what? Maybe blaming other things, but it's been consecutively him that we saw
yeah,
the same thing happening. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah. Definitely, same thing happening. But I'm just glad that this off season because honestly, I remember this other season, the previous season, like the spring training, it was very up in the air, very like it was worrisome. You know, like I was thinking about this, like last night. Now that I'm saying like I'm like, oh man, just start thinking about like I was just thinking sports the whole time. You know what I mean? But no. Like what I mean is like I was thinking about it. As I was going memes, that this the season the way it started, it started pretty rough.
Yeah, I did.
It was spring, even though it was spring training, and I remember even saying, "I'm like, you know what, guys, it's just spring training. It's just
Yeah.
spring training. Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember that guy? Like, oh, they're having kind of like an off season. It's just spring training, guys." And then when the season starts, like, well, it's just the first game, guys. Like,
Calm down,
you gotta
relax.
calm
Still
down,
got a long
relax.
way to go.
And I know I've said it before. I've been quoted saying before, like like
Yeah.
Homer Simpson be like, you know what? It's still good. It's still good when the pig was being launched everywhere. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like that. I was completely like that. You know what I
But
mean?
look. At the end of the season, what happened?
We went the
You know?
distance, although
Exactly.
a couple of pitchers ended up messing up,
Exactly.
messing
Go
up
back
our
to
chances. Like a
I
couple of
felt that they should have gone a little bit further. Yeah.
yeah. No, I felt we could have gone the distance.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying that, or maybe close to the World Series. Maybe not even win the World Series, but we could have gone there.
A little more deeper in
Yeah,
the
deep,
chart.
deep. It would have been a battle, but if anything, it was an uphill battle. It was a rough season.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was. It really was.
They had to fight every game. I think from half the season to the end,
Yeah.
going into the playoffs. I mean the playoffs. It really it was a fight. It was a fight for them.
It was.
It really was.
Yeah, it really
It
was a fight. Yeah, it really was a fight. But I'm honestly more than ever now more confident in this team. Although I was already confident in this team.
Of course.
Yeah. But more so than last season that I know the way it's looking, it's looking great.
Well,
It's looking
look,
great.
they overcame all those injuries with all those players. I mean, if they could do that last season,
Mm.
I'm really looking forward to what they can do this season. Hopefully, the injuries, like that many injuries, don't happen this time around,
Yeah.
and it is not as effective if they do have injuries.
Uh-huh.
But considering what they were able to accomplish last year with all that being being a factor,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm really excited to see them this
Yeah.
year.
Especially I want to see in regular season mode Jose Altuve in left field. Like
How does that work?
it from what I've seen and from like clips that I've seen and from what I read and from pretty much everything else, he's doing well there. He's doing well, and I think the Astros. I'm like, you know what? Maybe we might leave you there for like trading between Jordan Alves, designated hitter here and there to give you rest.
Correct.
That I like the fact that they say they're gonna rest them enough so to avoid injuries. I like that.
Well, I don't think that's a bad idea, and I
Mm.
mean, I'll do it. To be honest with you, he's impressive. No matter what, I feel like you could put him anywhere, he'll be good.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but that's what I like about because he always gives his all, and
Exactly.
and then like I said, if you want to avoid an injury, mm,
And on top of that, team there, I mean, he was willing to go ahead and change his position
Mm.
completely. So no matter where he is, no matter where they put him,
Mm.
he looks like he'll do what the team needs him to do.
definitely.
So yeah, like you
definitely
said, backing up what you just said,
Mhm.
he's just a great player overall.
Great player overall. Yeah, definitely. So like, I'm just excited. Like,
Yeah.
I even have the calendar already ready. I'm like, what time they start? Like, what times I can get at work? What time they're like, 3, okay. 3 p.m.
We were able to catch a game last year.
Yeah,
Hopefully, we're able to catch another one.
Oh man, we'll probably even do an episode there.
No, that'll be awesome.
That'll be
awesome.
On location. As Tailgate knocks it out of the park.
Oh, man. Love the stadium.
No, right?
The juice box.
Well, ice box now. Hey, well, at least it'll be chilly. Won't be sweaty. At least it won't be sweaty.
Oh, it's so cold.
Really, so cool. Colichita thing.
Should have had Yeti in the outside of
right. Oh man, but with 16 days, 5 hours, 27 minutes, 48 seconds, 47 seconds.
Seems almost like nothing.
As you can tell, guys, I don't close this, but we're gonna find out how our Houston Astros that are built for this, because they are gonna dominate this season.
Yeah, no, I mean, hey, look, like I said, we talked about it.
Yeah,
they were able to overcome all that last season. I mean, I could just imagine. I'm excited to see what they can do, and they found some diamonds like our Aaron Getty. I just can't wait to see him play.
Oh, definitely. With Isaac Paredes and Cam Smith. From what I've sseen, Cam Smith, it's gonna be yep. Shout out Clemente, my cousin, with his Chicago Cubs fan. I think he's doing great with his show. He was telling me that Astros getting these players from Isaac Paredes, Cam Smith, Bruce Whitley, and all that. You know, it was good for it was a good move. All yes, we lost Kyle Tucker, yes, we lost Alex Bregman, but you know what? It's okay. They gave us the best years. Hey, Kyle Tucker, for what we got and from how it's been, I feel it's good. I feel it was a good trade-off. We can only move on. Just remember the memories, you know. And you know, when we face off, you're enemy. No, I'm joking.
Appreciate
yeah, we appreciate you, but you're the enemy. No, I'm joking.
Can't let him score.
Yeah, we just can't let him score. Yeah. But yeah, no, on to the basketball court though, my brother.
All right. Well, I mean, you know, I
talk about emotions running on edge.
Like a violin.
Oh, like the Titanic, King of the World. Draw me as one of your French girls. Well, not exactly me, because well, in this case, draw me as a happy fan. Draw me as one of your happy fans. Most of our basketball team, Texas teams, have been except for the Rockets.
Oh,
the Rockets.
I mean, even the Rockets. They're the last 10 games 5-5. They've been having a hard. I don't know what went on with them. All of a sudden, I'm like they're struggling. I'm like, oh man.
It's a little hiccups. It was the little hiccups there.
Yeah. I'm like they were the only chance that we had as a Texas team.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they can still make it definitely, but they're fifth in the right now.
We're the top five, yes. Let alone Houston's to the top five, 39 wins with 25 losses. Yeah. Yes. I know. Even at that, despite because they had an injury yesterday with Amin Thompson, who's going to be out for 4 games, which sucks. But still, we ended up still winning, and hopefully there'll be some clutch moments that Houston needs to keep this season alive, to keep it within. From what I see right now, Houston's still in the playoff picture.
Yeah, they should still be
still in the playoff picture, and you know, despite all that, they're doing great. Even though injuries, of course, yes, they're still doing great.
Yeah, no, I mean the Mavericks, as soon as they traded Luka, that was done deal. That
for
the Mavericks to stick a
going on to Dallas, that. And that's a whole other.
And the Spurs again, I guess they haven't gotten any traction completely. 26-36.
Yeah, before we touch on that, because I have a like there's something when it came to the injury of Wemby. Let's touch on the Dallas team.
Okay.
Yeah, that trade. You know, like people were mad at like Nico Harrison. Yeah, they were mad at him. People were wanting him fired left and right. Even at medieval times, he got
fired.
Yeah, even at medieval times, even at medieval times, they were booing him. Medieval times. Yeah, they were even like fire Nico. Yeah, the whole crowd started going fire Nico. That's bad, man. That's bad. The whole entire city just despises you.
It's because I mean, I as a person that if you have any experience doing what his position, I don't know what was it that allowed that to happen. I know there's speculations that we've gone through like that it's not basketball world, it's the business world apparently of the owner.
Exactly, because honestly, in basketball logic,
Yeah, I mean
it doesn't make sense. Does it make sense?
Nope.
No, it doesn't make sense at all. No,
and I don't think anybody in their right mind, no matter how unethical on your feeling, how bad you're doing that day. I don't know. I mean, it just you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't do it. You wouldn't trade Luka, a person like that.
Okay, like that's true because he's your star player. He's pretty much the team that's like solid, and he has the other Irie and then Klay Thompson who went to the Dallas because they wanted to play with a winning team. He's even quote saying, "I want to go with a winning competitive team. I'm going with the Dallas Mavericks." And then for some odd reason, the new owners, I forget her name, she just completely pulls the rug out and left Nico holding the bag. Although I feel like he's not innocent either with this either.
I mean, who knows what really happened around there? Mm-hmm. Did she pull the strings for Nico to do that?
Yeah.
Did something happen? I mean, maybe he got paid off to go ahead and do that. Yeah. I hope he did because, I mean, that ruined his career.
One of the dumbest moves in NBA trade-off history.
Do you really think anybody else is going to hire him after that?
Nope.
I mean, I wouldn't hire somebody that traded Luka.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That trades their star players for, I'm saying AD is bad, but like could have gotten somebody else with him. But
well, he ain't no Luka. I mean, I guess that's the whole point. I mean, there's no.
They're going to trade AD for him and a coupon. That's what they got.
Yeah, and everybody was like, "Oh, he's doing hot. He's doing hot at the first game," and then boom.
The same game. Lord. He didn't even make it the full game. He got injured during the third quarter. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, this season just went down in flames.
No, yeah, I mean, as soon as that happened, I think everybody already anticipated because there was mobs outside looking to hang him and looking for him. Mm-hmm. What were they thinking? What was this organization doing? Mm-hmm. I mean, I think this is one of the worst things that I mean, if you put all of them together in football, anything, I mean, this was one of the, if not the dumbest mistake that anybody could have done.
Yeah.
I think this is number one overall in any sports. I would say one of them, if not the top.
Yeah, because honestly, right now they're at 32 wins and 33 losses. I feel that it should have been, if Luka was still there, it probably wouldn't even be 30. It would have been 43 wins and 20-some losses.
Well, let me tell you something. I mean, I know that it wouldn't have been.
It would have been that as bad as that.
I'm gonna be honest with you. On top of that, the stress that other players had to put themselves through to go ahead and compete because of Luka's absence, and apparently who they traded for too, since he got injured right away, so they wouldn't have been injured possibly on top of everything, which would have given them a more competitive edge. Now, on top of that, though, I'm more happy for Luka because you know what, he got what Dallas should have been doing with the Lakers. Now look at them. Yeah. They're thriving. They're doing a lot better than they thought because Lakers were not doing as good at the beginning of the season. Now they're thriving. Mm-hmm. Now they're doing good. And Luka is not having to go ahead and, work his butt off out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? By himself.
Yeah.
You know what? He's got other team members that are pulling their own weight and they're getting success. And guess what? They have a successful team.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's like, it's so sad because you know what I mean? They were like doing bad and they just had Luka, and what a surprise. Mm-hmm. Who would have called that?
Even he was left shocked with that. Mm-hmm. But they're still in the playing tournament. They still have a chance to maybe make it to the playoffs. But even at that just kid, like he was left kind of like, oh, what do I do? Because he was running out of players in the bench. He's running out of play. That's never happened to me before.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. And it's sad. It's really sad that I honestly thought this team was going to go the distance again. It was going to go down to a Texas showdown between Rockets and Mavericks, maybe.
Well, there's a showdown definitely like tonight. San Antonio and the Mavericks.
Yeah, San Antonio and the Mavericks. Yeah.
They're both doing bad, so it's going to be a good game.
And speaking of San Antonio, though, like, oh man. like despite the injury, like the massive loss with Wemby. And here's the thing, like when it came to Wemby, from what I've been seeing, that deep, vein thrombosis that he had, the blood clot that he had, he's not the only player that's ever had it before. Chris Bosh, if you remember from, had the same type of injury, which unfortunately made him end his career early.
Yes.
That's the thing. That's the thing about if untreated, or like maybe he didn't catch it in time, or maybe he ignored it for too long. But the thing about Wemby is that since it was caught early and it's treated well, he may be on his way back. Hopefully, this upcoming season.
Look at the difference with him and without him. They weren't having that much of a successful, but look at how much they've gone down in games drastically without him. He's maybe not the whole solution for San Antonio,
but he was a big piece. He was definitely a big piece. Definitely a big piece.
Yeah. But he nonetheless, But I really do hope for his sake, as a person, he's a good athlete, he's a good person, and for San Antonio, hopefully to be competitive too. They do need him back, and hopefully everything works out. I really do.
I from what I've read and all that is, that injury, because they caught it early and he's young, so they might, I'm thinking he might be coming back for the 2026 season. He might be coming back then.
I hope so. I really do hope so.
I hope so too. I really hope so too. He's a great player. He's a really good player, and it sucks if his career is ruined just because of that, shortness in time. But yeah.
Exactly. That's. I hope not. But hopefully.
Yeah. But on to the gridiron.
Ooh. Well,
talk about hope. Talk about hopes and dreams.
Well, right now that's what you can do right now. Any NFL team, that's every NFL hopes and dreams right now, because we don't know what's going on right now. It's completely with any team. So much projection, thinking, theories. Hopefulness. Like the Cowboys already sounded like they're already doing bad.
They already lost already.
Oh man. Oh yeah.
We're not even a month out. Yeah, well, are we a month out? Yeah, we're not even we're a month out. Yeah, we're a month out of the season ending from the Super Bowl, and waves are already.
I feel like it's a lot. It's been a lot more.
It's been a lot more, right? Yeah, it's been a lot more. I guess because of our team seasons ended a lot sooner than.
True. They will put the rest of us. Don't tell me about it.
Maybe that's why.
Let's just chalk it out to a bad year.
Yeah, it didn't happen.
You know what? Hey, like I said again. Yeah. The only people that get to say anything this year is the one who win.
Yeah,
they're the only ones. Unfortunately, the Cowboys, it was the Eagles.
But you know what? Hey, fortunately enough, it wasn't the Chiefs.
Wow, that would have been better for us.
Yeah.
I was actually going for the Chiefs myself.
Yeah.
But Mahomes, I don't know what he had. He had bad. I get a bad Philly cheesesteak, I guess, because he was playing. He was playing like that. I guess he forgot who his players were.
He really dacked it up, right?
Yeah, he really. Yeah, they even made fun of it. Somebody even like, "Oh, when you're becoming, who are you? Scooby Doo." I saw those video clips.
You're not you when you're hungry. You're a Snickers.
You're Dak.
You're pretty much dacking it up, man. Here's a Snickers.
You're not you in the playoffs. Who are you?
But yeah, like there's been some trades. Well, what trades have you been reading so far?
The only thing for the Cowboys that I've seen is Marquise Bell signed with them. We did re-sign our safety Thomas. He played a couple of times. He wasn't a big impact, big impact.
Yeah.
The defensive end. Brock Hoffman, our guard.
Okay.
Our cornerback, CJ Goodwin. And the biggest one is Idigizua. Our defensive tackle.
Always like his last name.
Yeah, we also had somebody somebody similar, but I think he said it differently. I don't remember his name, but it was similar. Ozzy Dua or something like that.
Wale?
It's something like that. I don't want to butcher their name.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to butcher their name too. I feel so bad when I butcher their name.
But right now in free agency that I see is DeMarcus Lawrence, which more than sure that they're gonna go ahead and do that.
Mm.
They're gonna go ahead and re-sign him. Brandon Cooks, I see him. I was like surprised.
Mm.
I'm surprised that I saw Trey Lance. No, just
No,
kidding.
Yeah.
But Zach Martin, he retired.
Speaking of Trey Lance, I know Jerry Jones all like they sold. He's all like they sold me a lemon. Like,
Dude, you already you have the whole lemonade stand with Dak right there, and you bought it.
I know that's all like they sold me. I'm like that's such an old man thing to say. Like they sold me a lemon. I was like, what? What Trey Lance? Well, I guess so. There's a reason why he was in that place. But
I mean, I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know. I mean, he's got Dak right there.
yeah, exactly.
Well, my biggest disappointment was losing Jordan Lewis, but he signed with the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, Jacksonville.
I think that one was my biggest.
Yeah. Well, from what I've been reading too, they have they restructured the contracts of Dak and CD Lamb to make room for
more cap,
picks,
so that way they could help us this year and everything.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that that he did. What's it called? What's his name? CD. I'm glad that he did.
Yeah.
But I think he shouldn't have.
Mm-hmm.
I think the one that should have completely doubled that, taking a lot more of a bigger pay cut, or restructured his like a little bit better or a little bit more in our favor.
Yeah.
Was Dak, but nonetheless, they both did. That opened up a lot of room.
Yeah.
I know even a lot of players are saying, you know what, they're willing to go ahead and do that to make a lot more room.
Michael Parsons was one of them and saying like he's willing to.
He's gonna get signed. So
and
he's gonna get signed.
He's gonna get signed. Yeah.
Definitely. But he's one of the ones that are asking for leadership. He's asking and he's going to get people. So he's a big leader. I mean, he's somebody that I would hate to lose. Honestly, no matter what people say about him, that he talks a lot of stuff. You know what? But in the field,
he's passionate. He's passionate.
If he shows it on the field, I don't care.
Yeah,
he can talk as much smack.
Exactly. He backs it up.
Yeah, exactly.
He backs it up. That's true. That's true. From what I was seeing about Cooper Kupp, I don't know if he got signed yet, but I heard wide receiver Cooper Kupp was.
Cooper Kupp was also in the talks of Cowboys, but I haven't heard anything. I know I believe he got signed, but I don't think he got signed.
Did he get signed? No.
If I'm not mistaken, he got signed by the Seahawks. If I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I think you're right. Or that DK Metcalf. I know DK Metcalf was with.
You know what? You're right. I am confusing him with him. But apart from that, going into, I mean, that's right now. Whoever, like right now, what the Cowboys have re-signed so far and gotten so far. There's still some free agents that I think that they're gonna go ahead and tie some loose ends with, and go ahead and keep, because like Turpin's also in there.
Yeah,
you can't let Turpin go. I mean, you're not gonna let Turpin go.
No,
definitely not. So I'm like, there's a lot more to do. I think they're waiting a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But we'll go ahead and see what they do so far with it. On Cooper Kupp, the Seahawks were targeting him.
Yeah, they were
apparently, but Rams saying that they're going to still release him nonetheless.
With no trade.
I know Cowboys were tied a little bit to Cooper Kupp, and we could use a guy like in his caliber. Yeah,
we could, right? I don't know why. I hope they do pursue it. I hope they don't fumble it up.
Well, I mean, like. We can even get the other brother Diggs too, because he's also on the free agency.
Because the Texans allowed him to test free agency. Yeah,
there's still a lot of hands up in the air on what they're gonna go ahead and do with the free agencies.
Yeah,
and the what's it called, free agents right now on their part. Free agents overall with them and out there, that other teams let go.
Yeah.
As projected in the draft. They're looking to go ahead and get defensive players, and there's different kinds on the mock drafts.
Yeah.
But I really do hope, and I would love to see a running back. Them drafting a running back.
Yeah. See, and here's the thing, like you say that, and I've heard like Jerry Jones has been said, but then again, they'll probably take it back. That he's not planning on maybe trading. From what I get from what he said, maybe it got taken out of context, but he's not looking to get for anybody that's a free agent that's a running back. So I'm thinking he's probably looking to get somebody fresh.
Well, John T would be the running back to go for. I mean, he wants. He even said it himself.
Yeah,
he wants to go with the Cowboys.
Yeah.
And I mean, he said it. And he wants to go ahead. He said it himself that he's waiting. A lot of teams called him up, but no one's called him up. I'm sorry, the Cowboys have not called him.
I hope so too. Yeah.
Because I mean, I wouldn't want a free agent. Also, right now, as a running back, I don't see anybody that could go ahead and perform at right now what we need. I think somebody fresh like him would be somewhere where we need something we need. And it would help us a lot too, and money wise.
Yeah, money wise, yeah, definitely. Well, like with the restructuring of contracts that they're doing, that I don't know why I like when players do that at the same time, because that kind of shows the loyalty to the team.
Yeah,
because they show the loyalty to the team.
Definitely.
And Dak doing that, and then CeeDee Lamb doing that. Well, and Micah saying he's open to doing that too. Like,
Micah's just not going to take as much money. He already is playing a position, and he put himself in a position that pays less, so that way they won't have to feel like they have to pay him more
and make him like making him like on the chopping block pretty much. Yeah.
So that's why they put him at the defensive end and not linebacker. So now on top of that, he's already doing more than he should. Yeah. And on top of that, CeeDee Lamb doing that, I do feel like you said that shows loyalty.
Yeah.
But to be quite honest with you, Dak doing it just means that he knows that he doesn't deserve that, and he knows that everybody would say, "Dude, you're the first one that should line up on the top." He's
like, you know what? Here, man. Sorry about my butt cheek.
You know what?
Sorry about my pulled butt cheek. Here you go.
Sorry about my interception. You know what? They should restructure his contract to like 10% minus 10% for every interception that he throws.
Ooh, get fined. Get like a little fine. You know what? Little fines that hurt. Yeah,
you know what? 2%. 2%. By the end, it'd still be a ridiculous amount of money. I mean,
half a salary.
he threw like 6 interceptions the 2 games before he got injured.
Dang.
Before he got injured. Yeah. So I mean, that's 6 interceptions already.
Yeah.
I mean, sheesh kebab.
Yeah, and I know exactly what you mean. But speaking of another team that's making moves, and from what I've been seeing, they're making like moves, and it's like shocking moves, and America's team, the Houston Texans. No, they've been making some moves, man. They've been making some moves, and I'm happy to say that they're looking to fix the mistakes they had from last time. And honestly, I'm here for it. With the shocking trade today of Laremy Tunsil to the Commanders, that one I wasn't expecting, but I'm glad it happened. I'm glad it happened for the simple fact that all the penalties that was happening and the amount of money that he was asking for. You know what I mean? That's, yeah.
So what do you feel that it was good? It was good.
Yeah, they traded him and this draft pick, this year's draft pick, I think it was the 2nd or 3rd round draft pick or 4th round draft pick, went along with, but we ended up getting the 3rd and the 7th, and we're getting next year's 2nd and 4th pick, I believe. I could be mistaken. Let me check again. Have notes everywhere. I love it. Yeah, that's correct. We traded our 4th round pick for and him to the Commanders, and we get their 3rd round pick, their 7th round pick for this year, and next year we get their 2nd round pick and their 4th round pick. That's pretty good, man. That's pretty good. Yeah, like I'm honestly like happy with the way what the Texans are doing, especially with how the performance was yesterday. Now with the injuries of Tank Dell, I know I even recently think I called you a couple of days ago and I sent you the post that he had undergone surgery for the rest of the ligaments on his knee, and because his knee's pretty much gone, and that kind of that kind of injury, as we were talking about, it's pretty
Yeah.
much signs that he ain't coming back next season. Unfortunately, but he seems very positive and has a good work ethic. So I don't know if it's might like last season might be the last time we might see Tank Dell in a Texans uniform. But
And
who?
it would be disappointing.
It would be disappointing. But who we got though? We got we went to a 1 year deal with wide receiver Braxton Barrows. Yes, Barrows.
Very used.
Yeah. Barrios. Yeah. And also we're getting Christian Kirk of the Jaguars. That was on from the Jaguars. All right. So Christian Kirk coming in with the stats of see they're going right here. Yeah, there you go. Last season, he pretty much had, let's see, 47 times targeted, 47 times, record of 27. Yards that he gained throughout the season with 379. So touchdowns he had one, but you know what? He's still fresh and new. But I think with this Texan team, they can sharpen him up to be one mean threat.
Yeah, I can see that. Mm-hmm. I mean, I also see here that they restructured Alshair's contract too.
Yes, they restructured that. There's been a couple of restructurings, which makes me happy too, because that's what shows, as we were talking about earlier, like loyalty to the team. And Alshair, dude, he was phenomenal this season. He was phenomenal. He's the one I felt that kept kept the defense alive throughout the time too. And I'm glad I'm here for it. They're also signed corner Trenon Smith for the 2-year million deal. So they're getting it from the Bengals. So that's also great
good
too.
Addition.
It's a good addition. It's a great addition. And also they're also re-signing Derek Barnett, which is great too. Like they've been making moves. They've been making moves here. Although some comments from some former players sound like sour grapes. Charles Omiehu, who plays with the Chiefs now. He's all like, "No, I'm already done with the team," and blah blah blah.
Of course. I mean, when you get traded, you know what I mean.
Yeah, had a real sour grapes to say about. I'm like, Brian, you're just mad because you went to a team that didn't end up winning the Super Bowl. Although, yes, you did go to the Super Bowl. You have that on us, but hey, did you win it?
You get what you got. I mean, you know what I mean. And sometimes you do get traded to a team, for whatever reason. But you know what? You got to make the best of what you got. Yeah, exactly. I don't like players that move. And they talk a
lot of smack, and it seems like he's the type of player that's been doing that. Yeah. But so far, the activity that's been reported so far with the Houston Texans, that we got wide receiver Christian Kirk, wide receiver Braxton Berrios, Ugabowale, they running back. They signed him again, re-signing him. Defensive left, we got Rankins from the Cincinnati, the one they were talking about.
Yeah.
See, we also got Barnett, and we got a new kicker, Tremont Smith from the Denver Broncos.
Yeah. Honestly, the only one that actually screams to me out is Diggs, to be honest. But if you guys are drafting, and I've seen that you got a lot of mock drafts, it's between offensive linemen, which is at least a good way to go, and right receivers. I was kind of thinking about that, and on top of that. In free agencies, you guys, Texans look like they went after a lot of right receivers too.
Yeah, they did. They did.
That kind of put me in the question, and I kind of saw that coming. That Diggs was probably going to be a free agent, and they were going to go ahead and see what they do with him, or he was gonna leave.
Yeah, and to tell you the truth, though, the time that he played, it was phenomenal. He played with the team or whatnot. Mm-hmm. But if he's asking too much, and the injury that he got, I understand if they do let him go. They're going to let him test free agency, from what I've read, from what I've been reading. And they can re-sign him if the price is right. That's confidence. I'll tell you that much. That's very confident.
I'm not going to lie. I feel like they're going to pick up Diggs, though. If they're going to let him test free agency, they're going to pick him up.
Yeah, they're going to let him see how it is.
I mean, I guess the Texans don't feel like the need that they need him as a receiver for the price that I guess he's demanding. But I'm sure the Cowboys would pay that in a heartbeat for Diggs.
Diggs,
Well, they should. Well, now they should. Now, do they think that they do? I don't know. That's a different story.
That's a whole other can of worms. Yeah, that's true.
Because God knows what they're thinking. I mean, because honestly, when the draft starts, I honestly will be so disappointed, and they I would see the direction that the Cowboys are going is another failure of a season this year if they do not draft a running back in the first round. I mean, if their first pick
it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough. I can agree with you on that.
If they choose any other position, I have no idea what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Because I don't see any free agencies that can do a running back, and we already saw that we do need a running back.
Yeah.
Because I do think our offensive line is good, but it's not great to the sense of a running back, and just any running back can go ahead and do.
Yeah.
If they get to a point where they can go ahead and do great, or they get better this season, maybe they'll shut me up. But at this time, the way they're doing good. They're great, but I mean they're good. They're not great.
Great, yeah.
And I don't think they should change the line. I really wouldn't change the line. I think they need a little bit more practice, more games added to them, more veteranship. I guess they need a veteran, season them up.
Yeah,
I think that's what they need. Our offensive line, but we do need a running back that's gonna be able to run and do their job. You know what I mean? We can't just let the line be the reason why the running back gets the yards.
Yeah,
because it's not gonna happen. We do need a running back.
Yeah, and Houston needs to fix that O line, and they're loading up. And from what I've seen, they're making the right moves and right decisions. And I think with some of these draft picks, or or whoever's in free agency, I think they'll load it up pretty well to protect.
As long as they get a new line, to be quite honest with you, I would say they're going to the right direction.
Yeah,
I wouldn't. I mean, they need a little bit of work in the. I would say the secondary in the defense, but I would focus more on protecting
CJ.
CJ, give him more time and give him more time in the pocket, give him more time to throw, and I would like to see him being able to do whatever he can do.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you on that too, on that aspect. Yeah, but no, the Texans are still making moves, so hopefully, so are the Cowboys. So.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a long way to go.
Still a long way to go. This has been a month. It's a month.
Yeah.
It's a month off season, or a couple of months more for other teams.
Yeah.
But
so everything's still up in the air.
Everything's still up in the air, definitely.
I think the draft really solidifies everything because they really show where they're going to go, which way they're going to go, depending on how they're going to go ahead and who they pick, who they get, what positions they fill.
Yeah.
But like I said, I think for the Cowboys right now, everybody knows what they need.
Yeah,
definitely as for sure, because we know. I mean, I maybe your opinion, maybe you think that Dak's gonna play better this season. But for me, yeah, exactly. It remains to be seen. So if we don't have a quarterback, we definitely need a running back. Not only because we do need a running back, but if we don't have a quarterback, we need a running back.
Yeah. But hopefully with the restructuring on both teams, because I know they also restructured Nico Collins as well with the Texans. So that's giving up a good gap amount of money for this team to get somebody well enough for it. So I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I'm definitely here for it for this team, especially. Although some of the Texans players, like Joe Mixon, was shocked with Laramie Tunsil being traded, but at the same time, I'm kind of glad he got traded because what their amount they were paying him, and the way his performance.
He was worth.
Yeah, he was worth. Yeah, I understand.
What I am intrigued though, and for whatever reason, I'm almost sure they're gonna have to draft. I don't think they're gonna get a free agent quarterback. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna draft a quarterback, and I'm interested to see who they get for the third string quarterback.
Oh, okay.
So I'm almost definitely sure
that's something to look at. Yeah, that's definitely something to look at.
You got as a free agent right now, Cooper Rush, but they're definitely gonna have to re-sign him for at least this season for sure.
Yeah.
Because who else are we gonna have?
Yeah.
And he's a great backup. I'm glad that we have him. I feel confident if anything happens to have him. But nonetheless, we still need a third string, and we'll go ahead and see who they get. I'm really interested to see who they get.
So am I. So am I. When's the draft by any chance? Do you know when the draft is?
Not soon enough.
Is that right? It's not here soon enough. Yeah, like it's the NFL draft.
I really just I don't want to know this year because I'm kind of scared. Like I'm like, oh,
April 24th. Ooh.
Yeah, still got a good week.
Well, not so much. Like 24th to the 26th.
What, a month and a week?
No.
A month and a week. A month and 2 weeks.
Month and some change. Month and some change. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of scared. I am scared because that night's gonna.
It's gonna be nerve wracking. It's gonna be nerve wracking, definitely.
Yes, it's gonna say a lot. It's gonna really speak loudly about what direction this season's gonna go.
Yeah, definitely. Well, my friends, it's up to our favorite segment of the show. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, sports fans, to another chapter in. This is Pilas. This is Mijo.
At this rate, do we have any good news?
Well, we pretty much just say who's been on the ball and who's been wrong.
So many balls dropped.
How many balls dropped? Yeah. Well, my friend, my brother in sports, can I get a drum roll? Would you like bad news or good news first?
Let's go with the bad news.
Rip it off like Band-Aid.
Let's rip the Band-Aid off.
Can I get a drum roll, please? This week's Ponte Pilas Award goes to the Dallas Mavericks.
Man, they don't need to ponerse pilas. They need to get a solar panel, something, man.
Something.
They need to get. They need a jumper cable. They need something, man.
They need anything to get them back up because honestly, the decisions that team has been making has been harsh and it's been sad and it's been upsetting. Yes, it's been upsetting to many fans. And if it is politics, backroom politics, how disappointing
that needed to be.
That had to happen. They couldn't have waited maybe an off season to do something like this.
Not only that, the player itself in himself, he was happy. He loved it there.
Yeah.
And what better than a player that's happy, good, and a franchise player that level. I mean, happy to play for you. You know,
I honestly feel like Luka will probably be back since he loved the team so much. And hear me out. Hear me out. The reason I say that is if it changes different owners. Until then,
I feel like
he's staying there.
He's so hurt, and I don't know if I put myself in his position. I feel like he's too hurt. He's too devastated with just overall. It would just honestly,
if the truth comes out that maybe it was the owners that didn't want him, or other stuff that ended up happening. You probably heard rumors as well too, Dallas fans. But if that turns out to be the truth, and then it changes hands with somebody else, and that somebody else be like, you know what, Luke is great. Let's get him back to Dallas, bring him back home. I'm pretty sure he'll probably be open into it.
All the stops, and not only that, imagine what the Lakers were gonna want for him. They're gonna. I mean, they got him on pennies on a dime.
That's another thing. That's another thing too. That's another thing. Which is pretty insulting too, as a player.
No, very insulting.
Yeah,
very insulting.
Mm-hmm.
But for the other reasons, like you said, for one, pay through the roof. They're gonna have to roll down the red carpet, and I'm pretty sure fans in Dallas all over will be grateful that he would be back.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, if that would happen, I would be excited for that because we would definitely need him back in Dallas.
Yeah, definitely. It would be great to have him back in Dallas.
It would. Yeah. But the way he just saw Nico that time when they were playing, I think that's what really stuck a fork in his career.
Yeah.
Or at least his firing.
Yeah. Yeah. I think once you're getting booed at medieval times, it's time to call it quits. Yeah. It's time to turn in that job application somewhere else.
Yeah, if you can
get one, honestly, yeah.
They're probably like, no, you don't need one.
Yeah. But hey, let's cleanse the palate and let's have some good news.
All right,
brother. Can I get a drum roll?
We have good news.
We do. Now, this week's SS Miko Award goes to For the first time ever, it's a 3-way tie.
I quit soon.
Yeah. Dallas Cowboys, Houston Texans, and the great Houston Astros.
The Astros, yes, the Astros have been really good in baseball.
Well,
and at least they're moving towards a good direction, right? Both of our teams.
Yeah, both our teams. Yeah. And when it comes to the reason I say, as well as Dallas and Houston, when it comes the trainings that they're making, you can tell there's effort. There's sparks. Dallas, I know when it ended, early the season, a lot of fans were all like, "Oh, this is great," and the ones they got, the coaches that they got, everyone else that they got, it seemed very seemed lackluster, and I'm like, "Oh, this is not gonna happen."
Yeah.
But the moves they're making, the players that they're getting, it's maybe they're putting a lot more effort into it. Who knows what they might get in this draft? That's months and some change away. Hopefully they get a running back like you said. I hope so too.
I would definitely see that as a good direction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And when it comes to the Houston Texans, they've been working on that offensive line. Hopefully they just need to line it up, get somebody better. Even though they lost Lermy Tunsil, for me that's a blessing. Agree to disagree with some of you, but I feel that the Houston Texans are making some right moves, and it's looking to the next season is looking to be brighter. It's looking to be brighter.
Well, they're already starting off at a good point.
Yeah.
They're already starting off at a good point. They left off on a good note.
Yeah.
Good.
Despite the injuries. Yeah.
It's a fresh start, so that's they need to focus on this season. And they're starting at a good place.
Yeah, and it'll be a momentous time for CJ Stroud, being that it's the third year.
Yes.
And you have been saying that third year really shows what the chops that the quarterback has.
Usually, by the second year, after the second year, is when you start noticing what is it that a quarterback can go ahead and produce, because they already have film on you, they already know you, your team's already played you, and they get that done. But one of the things that I will take off that is not his fault completely. Like I said, it's his line. It's the line. It's the line. And they need to load up on that, and it seems that they are going to load up on that. They just needed to tighten up other parts that they needed to tighten up beforehand. They restructured a lot of money, a lot of team players. Once again, that's another reason why money gets your money straight.
Yeah. That's another reason why I said both teams. That's just Miko, because the players are playing ball along too. Like they they believe in their teams. They're restructuring a lot of money because they want to get players. They want to win. They want those victories. They want they're
leaving room for
they're leaving room. They're leaving room, and they're showing their loyalty to the team.
Yep.
And for me, that deserves that award too.
Yeah, no, yeah, team effort.
And the Houston Astros, the reason I say it is because the Houston Astros. I'm just joking, but of course. But the reason why I'm saying is because the improvements that they've been making, questionable trades that people were like left. Oh my goodness, but that was just nostalgia for some. Mm-hmm. But for what we've been seeing from prospects and players that they got between Christian Walker and also Cam Smith, the prospect, as a Paredes, changing the positions with Altuve in left field, it's looking great. It's feeling a lot more positive. The spring training, I know it's spring training. I'm not getting ahead of myself. I know last year's spring training was kind of like but this spring training seems kind of more it's more positive, more on the positive side and whatnot. But yes, that's the reason why this week's goes to those three teams.
Agree.
You agree? Yeah. Well, my brother, this has been a great episode. I can't wait for the next one. Once again, I'm Rene Garza Jr.
I'm Freddie Guevara.
And we'll see you at the next tailgate.